It's the world's most important construction material. Crushed stone, sand, and gravel are literally the foundation of our economy and society. Aggregates are either created in quarries from blasted rock or are removed from underground sand and gravel deposits. They are a natural resource which we use and benefit from every day. An adequate supply of aggregates is essential to the development and continued growth of our communities. As a leader in the aggregate industry, Gulf Operators acts and operates responsibly to ensure the availability of aggregates while respecting the well-being of the environment and the communities near its operations. Aggregates touch our lives every day, from the driveway to the workplace. We drive, sit, stand, and walk on aggregates. More than 90% of asphalt pavement and more than 80% of a concrete sidewalk is comprised of aggregates. A strong economy depends on sound infrastructure, such as highways, airports, water systems, and rail. For such a significant natural resource, few people realize the importance of aggregate in their everyday lives. It's the key ingredient in every step of sidewalk our children take on their way to and from school. It's in the roads we drive, and it's in the foundation of the homes we return to at the end of each day. From the ground up, there's coarse rock for the foundation base, aggregate in the concrete for the foundation. There's aggregate in the bricks and mortar of the house and chimney. In fact, there's aggregate throughout the house construction. Drywall is made from gypsum rock. There's sand in the fiberglass insulation and paint. There's even aggregate in the shingles of the roof. On average, over 440 tons of aggregate are used in the construction of every house. It's one of our basic necessities, and it helps form the foundation of our everyday life. Granular rock is used to help drain water away from houses. There's decorative stones for landscaping, and gravel or asphalt on the driveway. Aggregate is used for the road base underneath our streets, and for the asphalt on the surface. There's crushed stone and sand in the sidewalk concrete and curbs, and small gravel is used for safety in our neighborhood playgrounds. Many products that enrich our daily lives contain aggregates. They are found in paint, paper, plastics, and glass. In powder form, aggregates are used as mineral supplements for agriculture, medicines, and even toothpaste. Aggregates are also used to protect the environment. Crushed limestone reduces sulfur dioxide emissions generated by power plants. Crushed rock controls soil erosion along stream banks to protect fish habitats. Aggregates are used in sewage control and wastewater control. Even the water we drink is filtered and purified by aggregate. Aggregate production is a major contributor and indicator of the economic well-being of New Brunswick. Aggregate production supports a $1 billion a year construction industry. In fact, the entire construction industry is built around one core product. Crushed stone, gravel, and sand are the material backbone of products that we have grown to rely upon in our everyday lives. Every home, factory, school, and hospital is built using quarry products. Our entire transportation network of highways, runways, and railway beds revolves totally around aggregate resources. Access to quality aggregate is critical to the economic viability of the province and is the key to a solid infrastructure and a safe and efficient transportation system. 60% of the cost of aggregate production is transportation to markets, so it makes economic sense to locate quarries near the customers in our communities. Affordable aggregate keeps construction costs down, and this allows communities to undertake more activity, employ more people, provide more houses, roads, buildings, and other infrastructure. Unlike other businesses, aggregate facilities can only operate where quality deposits exist. highly competent staff geologists and third-party experts evaluate deposits by using geological surveys, aerial analysis, rock face profiling, drilling, and core sampling. Once a source of sufficient aggregate is found, Gulf Operators uses the best environmental practices to determine the best operational approach. Gulf Operators uses a variety of systems and tools for environmental management. The aim is to carefully manage all stages of production, from site selection to the final product. Gulf Operators has achieved international recognition for its environmental management practices. The company has passed the rigorous third-party audit of the International Standards Organization ISO 14001 environmental program. Gulf Operators believes a third-party audit is essential for all aggregate producers to effectively manage their environmental impacts and measure their performance in order to continuously improve. Further, we promote our commitment to environmental performance through training and educating staff to ensure our policies and procedures are implemented effectively. Safety is a #1 priority at Gulf Operators. We have posted warning signs, quarry face safety fencing, and our entrance gate is locked when the quarry is unattended. Gulf Operators takes drilling and blasting operations very seriously. We hire third-party pre-test surveys and pre-blast monitoring. We place more monitors around the perimeter than any other quarry in New Brunswick. We ensure a safe operation that accounts for the surrounding environment and consideration for nearby neighbors. Well-trained people are essential for optimum blasting results. Our contractors receive frequent training to keep up with safety and technical requirements. Blasting is carried out by professionals and is designed to ensure that noise, air blast, and vibration levels are well within provincially mandated limits. Experts use high-accuracy in-hole detonation timing. The end result is better rock fragmentation and lower ground and air vibration levels. The ground vibrations from blasts in our quarries are well within mandated limits. We monitor and record relevant variables for each of our blasts in order to demonstrate our compliance not only meets, but exceeds governmental standards. When a blast becomes necessary to unlock a supply of stone, each charge is detonated in precise sequence to ensure that every ounce of explosive energy is utilized specifically toward breaking the intended stone and dropping it directly onto the quarry floor. The detonation transforms solid rock into workable aggregate. The processing chain begins with scooping up the blasted material from the quarry face and loading it directly into the primary crusher. The stone is crushed, in some cases from as large as 60 inches in diameter to a size of 10 inches, so it can be easily transported via conveyor to the next phase of the process. State-of-the-art conveyors move the aggregate through different crushing stages. One of the benefits of the conveyor system is that it limits truck traffic on the quarry floor, which controls dust. Fundamental to a good plant design, Gulf Operators keeps the process simple with minimal rehandling of the material. In the end, it's all about making big rocks into smaller rocks. As the rock travels to the secondary crusher on the conveyor system, it is reduced from the 10-inch size to a size of around 3 inches. Any pieces that do not make it through the screen the first time are fed back into the crusher for another run. The smaller size stone then goes through its crushing and screening process and is made into one of the many products of the quarry. The quarry operator maintains complete control over the entire aggregate production. He is able to see what equipment is currently operating and what is taking place at each part of the operation. If a problem is detected with a piece of equipment, an alarm is sounded, and the operator can quickly identify the problem and dispatch maintenance personnel. The conveyors are called upon to move tons and tons of material every day, and like all equipment, conveyors are maintained regularly. Gulf Operators is committed to quality control procedures. We adhere to a quality preventative maintenance system. At certain intervals, the system triggers specified maintenance and inspection procedures to be performed. As good neighbors, we do many things that show we care about the communities we work in. Dust is one of the byproducts of aggregate extraction and processing. Gulf Operators makes every effort to mitigate the dust on site. We monitor dust levels according to provincial regulations. We spray water or calcium chloride on quarry roads to keep the dust down. Dust emissions at the crushing and screening process are controlled by water spray nozzles at transfer points. Another dust control measure is the mandatory use of tarps for all quarry trucks. We also reduce truck speed on quarry roads and access roads entering and exiting the quarry site. Gulf Operators makes careful use of water resources required in aggregate processing. The water we use to wash aggregates and control dust is recycled on site. Our site drainage plan and sedimentation ponds are approved by the provincial and federal regulators. As a good neighbor policy, Gulf Operators is involved in neighborhood improvement projects. We build and maintain berms and tree buffer zones to minimize noise and windborne dust. Gulf Operators also maintains an open line of communication with its neighbors. Public education on the importance of aggregate is essential. Gulf Operators plays an active role in reaching out to school communities, giving students a first-hand look at the geology in our backyards and our aggregate operations. Day after day, Gulf Operators delivers thousands of tons of crushed rock for use within our communities, from driveways and highways to the homes we live in. Caring about the environment and providing essential aggregate products are only a part of Gulf Operators' commitment to its communities. Thousands of jobs in the construction industry rely on an adequate supply of aggregate products. In fact, almost every job in New Brunswick makes use of or depends on aggregate production. The supply of aggregates is key to the future growth of our economy. Gulf Operators, a leader in aggregate production, is committed to the environment and the communities near its operations, while ensuring a reliable supply of quality aggregate for local markets. Gulf Operators, a neighbor you can depend on and a name you can trust.